Welcome back. It is the PM show with Fred Dryer, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn, and we're talking about leadership and kind of the lack of leadership in the GOP right now. I think during the break, Fred and I were talking a lot about Mitt Romney and some of the failures that really the biggest failure. And for me as a voter, where I saw him fail was he wasn't very transparent with his plans. When he fell into the Obama school where let's write this bill, let's do Obamacare, and then we'll see what's in it later. When people asked him to spell out a plan, there was never any transparency. It was very vague. There was never anything. And I think the American people are craving somebody to come out and say, here's what I'm planning, here's how I'm going to do it, and really lay something out. I mean, I think as a voter, that's what I'm looking for anyway.
Well, that's exactly correct. And, as they say, when a leader comes, you'll know it. Mm-hmm. And the left sees Barack because of how they've been indoctrinated. He shows up. Well, that's our leader.
Right.
And so he can perform terribly and get reelected because he's black. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened in America. These people in America decided, they looked at Mitt and said, I don't get it. The failure of this election is first of all, the people who were ready to look to an alternative to actually say, I voted for the guy because he's black. I'm going to give him a shot. And I know this is here's where we are. We got to fire this guy. Are we going to somebody better? Well, I don't even know who the heck that guy is. He keeps telling me jobs, jobs, jobs in the private sector. I can pull this around. In the meantime, we keep hearing the fact that he's a multi-millionaire with money hidden all over the place. And he's not talking to us the way we want to be talked to. When we ask him about what he's doing, he can't articulate it, and he keeps giving us these pep talks, and it's not sticking. We don't get it. There's no momentum. He's all over the place. He hasn't created the narrative. He hasn't answered specific problems and issues. Hasn't addressed anything. He's just simply saying, look at me, I'm rich. I made a lot of money because I know business, which is also true.
Right.
But he's not a leader, and he can't articulate leadership. And so they just said, well, that's not good enough for us, and we're going to put Barry back in. And besides, he's black, and I'm not going to have this on my conscience where we fired the black guy. He's going to have 8 years to make a run at this, and I don't care what happens. I don't care what the deficit is. We're going to give this guy 8 years, and so that's where we are now. So now, what do people who are frustrated with that thinking? What are they left with? Well, they're left with John Boehner and Rance Priebus and a bunch of other toads running around, scurrying around to try to light a fire with a wet match. They don't have any. There's no cohesiveness. Here's why. Because they're left of center. Mm-hmm. They're frightened to death. They went left of center when Karl Rove came in. Karl Rove comes in and says, you know something? We're going to go left of center to be compassionate conservatives. That's what we're going to do. And then when he did that, they took out everything that you could possibly do, and that was to stick by the Constitution and Reagan principles.
Right.
And they blew this thing. They blew it sky high, And it's a terrible thing to do, but you know something? What remains is the challenge to push past people like John Boehner and to get these people to understand that you got to go back across the center line. If you go back to the Constitution, you'll find your leader. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been fabulous being with you. Jennifer, you're a pleasure to
it's
be
fun
with.
hanging out with you too.
Yeah, we'll have a lot more fun, and even when your dad comes back, we'll have you come in.
I would love it. And this is our Christmas roundup, so this is our last chance. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas to
Happy
one
holidays.
and all. Everybody, Merry Christmas, and God bless, and we'll definitely see you next time.
Absolutely. And if you miss anything, don't forget you can check out the podcast of this show, get all the information on Fred's blog right at crntalk.com. You can also email us incoming at crni.net. For Fred Dryer, I'm Jennifer Horn, wishing you a great holiday, everybody.